Highlanders Football Club held their annual general meeting Sunday the 31st of January, and interesting developments are underway to transform the club into a commercially viable entity. The meeting, attended by members only as well as the press, was a no-holds-barred, and those present aired their sentiments without reservation, as is the Highlanders culture, to map the way forward for the institution that turns 90 years this year.
Life member. Angila Mhlophe ngatshengisa ikhadi lami alifanani lawena. Yayibona? Alifanani lawena. Ngabhadala $10. $10 yakho ngayibhadala ibhatshisi kabili. Ngayibhadala e-ofisini eMakhokhoba lapha natuze le-Big Bower $5. $5 ngayiqedela lapha kuRobert Nkabi. Yayimali yona le yayinkulu kakhulu. Kwakuyisikhathi sakho ngathi bhadale $10. Wena ngaze sifike isikhathi sokuthi ubhadale $150, bhadala $150. Ngoba mina ngikwanisi sengile 70 years ngizayithatha ngathi 300 ukuthi ngikwanise football. Angisayikwanisi. Ngiyabonga.
Highlanders Club Chairman Peter Dube then delivered his speech, eventually adopted by the members.
As a stopgap measure, the executive enlisted the services of Cosmas Zulu, Amit Somapiri, and the young Melu Sanda. I'm certain that all of us were happy with their performance, which exceeded the targets they had been set. The club immediately sought to find a replacement for Mhlophe, and more than 12 applications were received. Some were asking for outrageous salaries, and others were rather on the old side. Suffice to say, after protracted negotiations, we settled on Mr. Errol Adby.
Next Sunday, the club members again regroup, this time to elect the vice chairman as well as treasurer. Club benefactor retired Kenneth Tshinga Dube encouraged members to elect candidates with capacity to assist the club even with their own resources.
Mina ngithi sengenza lokho okwehlukene labanye ngifuna amajaha lokanjo ayangena enze abe lemcabango yokuthi avuse team.
The four candidates for the vice chairman's post are retired Kenneth Mhlophe, former Harare Supporters Chapter Chairman Ngwenya, current Highlanders Vice Chairman Mgcini Mpofu, and the local entrepreneur Dube. The candidates gave a television sport media a brief on their ambitions.
I'm an open and objective, firm and fair, and a decision maker. I will work beyond the call of duty, especially in between meetings. Meetings are done to assess and evaluate progress and set further tasks, but the real work is done in between. I fully understand the duties of the vice chairman as derived from the constitution.
Mhlophe, who is director of local security, has endeared himself positively in the Highlanders fraternity. Regarded by many as steady and mature, he has assisted the club several times with his personal resources and is present at most of the club's matches, home and away.
Life member yeqembu njalo sengihambele team over many seasons kuma away and home games wonke ngizihambela nje ngendleko yami. Sengincedise i-team okweminyaka eminingi kodwa ngingabavumeli ukuthi bakubeke kubo bonke abantu. Ngiyakubeka kini ngoba liqhakathekile njalo yini abanikazi be-team.
Modern Ngwenya has charmed with his oratory during addresses. Amongst his contributions, Ngwenya paid almost half of his personal resources for the club purchase of Julius Daudi.
It has been very encouraging because I was sending out my manifesto to them that as Highlanders we should have a paradigm shift, a different way of perceiving things, a different way of doing things. We should invest heavily on junior policy. We should not have mercenaries from Harare, mercenaries from Mildura, mercenaries from Rewa, but we should have our homegrown talent, youngsters whose DNA, whose blood is black and white. Those ones will die for Highlanders on the pitch.
Ngwenya has resigned from his position as Boso's Harare Supporters Chapter Chairman and says he is optimistic of victory.
See, right now, as we speak, I've just resigned as Harare Chapter Chairperson. Ordinarily, for one reason, that I know and for sure that I'm going to be busy come 7th of February next week. And secondly, that in the unlikelihood that I'm going to lose the election, I cannot lead people and yet I've lost.
Incumbent Mpofu is confident of victory and believes he requires another mandate to finish off the job he started in his first term. Mpofu, who is based in Harare, is proud that during his tenure, the club acquired 2 buses and the office has transformed technologically.
There were many positives. The club being Highlanders, we didn't have, we had properties, but we didn't have some tangible things like, I can say, buses. During my term of office, I've seen 2 buses being delivered to Highlanders Football Club. I've seen internet, Wi-Fi being installed in the Highlanders office. I've seen quite a lot of positive changes. And I think the graph is actually going high, and this has happened during my 3-year term that I've actually seen. Look, I've had that philosophy to say people should judge me by the work that I've done. And it's through my work that I say to myself at some point, no, maybe it's supposed to be a 3-year term and then you leave it to others, right? And then some of my friends, some of my colleagues, some of my members in the constituency said, no, you know, what we should do is you go back and finish off all the projects that you have started, which is the reason why I'm actually recontesting, to finish off what we've started, to finish off the dream that we have for this club called Highlanders.
Ngwenya, a local entrepreneur, is the 4th candidate. Ngwenya has demonstrated his love and loyalty to the club and contested, albeit unsuccessfully in the past, for the same position. He shared with television sport media his vision for the club should he emerge victorious at this time around.
Good leadership was number 1. Fair play, connecting Highlanders to global village, that's another factor. 10 Highlanders into a business entity, that's my aim, my wish, and to bring more members into the club through the reduction of membership fees.
Dube, nonetheless, is cautious of the electorate given his experience of the past. All the same, he believes that the work that he has done in the recent weeks will lend him the vice chairman's post.
Of course, you know, you can't trust the Highlanders family. They'll take you there and then they dump you. But I love them. This time I think I've done my groundwork. I hope this is my time.
The Highlanders family choose their vice chairman and treasurer on Sunday then, but the information that we gather seems to indicate that the voter has already made up its mind. Yes, campaigning will go full throttle in the run-up to the 7th, but those closer to the goings-on of the team say the voters have made up their mind on their candidates and shall not be swayed. The Highlanders family know what they want and shall vote wisely. Thandazani Zimgwa, Television Sport Media, Bulawayo.